Welcome everybody. This is the DM Saving Throws whatever. I'm not Justin. I'm filling in for him and trying to do my best possible way of launching us into a new show. As you guys are seeing, this is not our normal game. We are playing a one-shot, and this will be a continuation from our previous one-shot. I'll recap that in a moment, but first, let's introduce our wonderful, wonderful players. CJ, our guest of honor. Let's start with you.
Hi, CJ. I'm playing the Warforged Artish, and I talk like a robot. Lisa.
Oh, it's me.
Oh my god, am I?
Wait,
no,
who
yeah,
is
like
it?
no way. I'm
No, it's me. It's me.
alphabetical order.
It's been
Not
a
I
at
was
all.
distracted remembering the robot voice, which I had apparently blocked from my memory.
We're so professional. Don't worry, everyone blocked that from their memory.
I'm not the professional though.
I'm Emily, and I am playing a tiefling rogue who I believe we pronounced Ysira, aka you, because it was really fun to just be like, "Hey, you." That's all I've got. Happy birthday, Janice.
Happy birthday, Janice. My name's Lisa. I'm playing Whistle, who is also rogue, except I'm a bird person. And really, the name it's bird sounds, but I was told that when I actually made the bird sounds, it picked up really high on the mic and hurt everybody's ears. So we're just gonna call her Whistle.
All right. Hi, I'm Rob. I'm playing a randomly generated rogue called Byrona. I don't really remember what she sounds like, but I think she was a cold-hearted bitch. And she definitely stabbed a lot of people in the face under the pretense of a birthday party, signing the birthday card. So just all around, terrible person. Excited to see everyone die around me. Let's get it.
Guys, we
My
did
Byrona.
so much great prep for this.
My Byrona. Alrighty.
Are we
Related to Byron.
Are we reusing Tailspire tonight?
Yeah, we absolutely are.
Okay, just on top of being super not prepared, my Steam does not seem to want to work, and I can't get into Tailspire. It's fine.
Have
So-
you checked the kettle?
For nudge the hamster in the wheel and we'll get this thing going. So everybody that is looking at the screen, you'll notice that on the left hand side we have a D&D Beyond character selector, but it does not show the people who are playing tonight because we are running a one shot, and since we just threw it together, they don't have that updated inside of D&D Beyond. So in the middle of your screen, what you're noticing is a 3D tabletop terrain program called Tailspire that we use on Steam. We're not sponsored by them. We're just giant fans and think everybody should use it. This map in particular, I picked up off of Tailspire Prefabs, which is made by Genghis 34, who is an individual that makes a lot of unbelievably awesome maps. So we're going to get back into this. This one shot was based off of Justin's world. We did a historical one shot, meaning we went back in time to when the Crimson Writ wasn't a thing, and instead the Merchants of Bagnet were a group that were predominantly leading Donver's Hold as like one of the major operations. In order to get a seat at the table, the Crimson Writ decided to take some information that they learned from Prowler, another up-and-coming organization, and chose to act on it as information that they could leverage to get the Merchants of Magnets thrown out of leadership roles by stealing a ledger that had a lot of information that of their nefarious dealings. Last time we began this wonderful one-shot, our rogue party decided to scale the outside of a mountain, struggled a little bit with that, made a little bit of noise, drew some attention. They ceremoniously murdered some people inside of a hut, stuffed their bodies underneath tables, and threw them outside of windows. Proceeded to attract more attention and bring more people in, continued the murder fest and shoving underneath of bodies. happened to browse around and see what was on the table, which turned out to be a birthday card made out of a piece of parchment with one extra spare parchment paper next to it. It was a happy birthday notice to Janice. Janice apparently is an individual that works on site of the guard here at the Merchant Magnet, and all of the other guards were wishing her a happy birthday, and Tom was going to put some funds in for it. He moseyed his way up towards the card, and they ceremoniously murdered Tom, the old man who was willing to...
Unceremoniously.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a bigger deal. And then Byrona proceeded to murder a guard named Carner and throw his body off of the side. And then they decided to scale the tower to ask guards to sign the card. And as they did that, our nefarious Warforged walked in front of the tower and was headed off one other direction when the group tripped some... Essentially, I don't know, they prompted noticement that they were being infiltrated, and you heard shouts from the towers of intruders, and that's where we left off our one shot last time. Upon
Coming in at a... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, coming in at a real good time, Lisa.
I'm trying. Oh my god, I'm keep stalling.
You guys will notice that down inside of the wonderful prison cell, there appears to be a feathered individual that is represented by this person holding a crossbow, and they seem to be locked inside of a cage for whatever particular reason. You notice that right here where the light is.
Oh.
There's a cage here in the wall, and there's an individual locked within it. It seems to be almost directly in front of our other friends. Artish, you are directly in front of that individual and can actually make eye contact with them or their... you notice as you're walking by with your passive perception, Artish, that this individual does seem to be equipped in Crimson Writ leathers. But as we walked in, we did hear them shout, "Intruders!" And about that point in time, you notice a magic caster turn and look, and another individual pulls up their crossbow on you, Artish, looking at you and saying, I don't recognize you.
To which Artish would reply, "Good afternoon, sir. I am," and he would kind of look around, "a secret present for Janice's birthday. I am here to help her cook the coffee cake," and I would hold out my cooking utensils that are on my character sheet.
You notice this guy stand up, and he kind of leans over his shoulder behind him, and he just says, "Janice?" And the woman holding the staff just says, I don't know. I don't know what this is."
It sounds like you do not understand what the word secret means. Allow me to explain. Accessing memory banks. A secret is a not known or seen or not meant to be known or seen by others. Something that is kept or meant to be kept unknown or unseen by others.
I'm so torn whether to give you advantage on your deception roll or disadvantage.
Oh man, which one do you want?
Oh, just give me a straight roll.
Nat 20, baby.
I mean,
Really? Oh my god. One shot after a good start, baby. Let's get it.
Oh man.
Janice looks at you. she goes to whisper to the individual in front, but she speaks so loud that you can clearly hear that it's not a whisper. And she just says, I don't know what this is. I've never seen one of these before.
I am a automaton 1800s model series. I was made by Chef Ramsey Gordon.
Oh, wow. So about that point in time, we're going to cut back over to the tower as
You sure?
Yep.
You sure
we're going to end that one right there. I think we need to stop that.
Off to a weird start tonight, huh?
Uh-huh.
While he's talking, just screams of pain are coming from the tower.
Weird. This seems completely normal to me.
Okay, I'm gonna need a refresh on exactly where we left off in the tower. I did want to say that one of our plans, I think it was mostly CJ's, but it was a good plan.
Who's not with us anymore?
I have plans.
Was to lock the barracks from the outside so they couldn't get out. So that was a plan we had. You don't have to keep doing it, but just as a reminder.
Yeah,
I thought these two guys were about to attack us that are up here.
So
go ahead.
if I remember right, Rob came out of the trap door and had pinned one against the stone, and then the other one pulled his crossbow on Byrona, and then you were coming up the stairs, Ysira.
Yeah, I don't think they saw her until she attacked, and we tried to kill them in one hit, and we got close, but we couldn't do it.
Yeah,
and that's why the alarm triggered.
Yeah, they screamed for yeah.
So do we have to fight them off before we do anything then?
Yeah, I think we need to roll initiative for this, and I think we'll put. Go ahead.
Before we do, how close are we to the next changing of the guard?
I think the bell just rang.
Yeah, I say.
Don't remind him, CJ.
What you guys were experiencing throughout the night is that particular guards were getting relieved of shift, and they were changing, not all at one time to promote weakness, but.
Did we notice if these guys had changed recently?
You guys had just seen Tom come out, and the old man that was coming, the oldest guard that you guys had, the one that was willing to give his only 3 silver to Janice's birthday present, which you then stabbed to death inside of that room and then shoved his body.
At this tower where we are now, I mean, did we see anyone
No.
change shift recently?
No.
Okay, so the problem is the shift change doesn't really matter because they rang the alarm. So all guards are going to be coming out.
Yeah, but if we can talk them down, then if we're like, listen, we're not intruders. We just came. Oh, fine.
We just tried our best to murder.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I just stabbed both of you really hard.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
you pin this guy against the stone with your soul knife, and basically completely pin him to the stone, and he basically is bleeding out through no physical wound, but mentally, psychically bleeding out as he slowly is driven insane by your psychotic blade. Psychic blade? Psychotic? I'm not sure.
Psychotic, both.
Yep.
It can be both.
And so you then had somebody come up behind you. Or did you pin through both of them? I think that's what you did.
Through both of them.
You pinned through both of them, and you didn't get through the last guy. So you have a dead individual in between you, and you have the other guy who didn't fully die that is pierced with your blade. So what is your action now, Byrona?
If it's my turn, I'm gonna try and finish the job.
Okay.
Excuse me. It's because it's like a lightsaber. I can just turn them on and off. So I'm gonna turn it off. That's in their body, and then go and try. I mean, I don't have to move. It's a ranged attack. Actually, it's 60 feet for a range attack, which is
Let's
crazy.
go.
I'm just gonna throw it, assuming that there's like a guy's space in between me, so I don't have disadvantage.
Yeah, there was the guy who was pinned in between you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you take the blades from that body, you take a step back, and then throw the dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. As you take a step back, if we go 11 or above, he falls off the tower. If he
Oh
goes
no.
10 or below, he falls into the tower.
Into the tower. Into the tower.
I'm very okay with that.
The dead body just tumbles right outside the tower, bounces off the rock, hits down.
Good.
Bodies are just, the body is just rolling. Blood is just spraying as the body impacts the stone. The head cracks open like a Pez dispenser, and blood is just like cartwheeling out of him as he hits the stone.
Is there Pez inside?
Not that's what the spinal column pieces are that we're hitting. They just as they break away from the body. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll on the guard.
Bro, this character sucks at combat. I'm surprised they haven't hit him the last time. Oh my god, but do they? 25 to hit.
Yeah.
For what? Oh, that rolled sneak attack damage. I'm assuming I don't have sneak attack damage.
No, you do, because we're both up there. We're both close to the people.
Technically,
Sneak attack?
she is coming out of the hole, so she's within 5 feet.
Yeah, if you have an
Okay.
ally within 5 feet, you get sneak attack.
I will not argue. 27 damage.
Yeah. So you throw your blade, and it basically just pierces through the skull without leaving a mark. And as that blade enters his brain, it just shreds his mind, and he just falls catatonic. 50
Okay.
above 50%, he falls out of the tower. Below 50. Yeah.
God, you and your fucking roll.
And his body just goes tumbling out, almost hitting the exact same pieces of stone, just rolling down. Alarms are triggering. People are screaming, pointing up at the top. Janice, seeing a body come flopping down in front of her, starts to panic. Artish, what's your response?
He would turn around when he hears the flop, and he would go, "Kunk." Threat sensors activated. Scanning for hostiles. And he will stand like in a circle and start rotating very, very slowly until these two run in front of him, and then he was gonna go run over to the gate.
Yeah,
That's holding.
What's the chance of Janice getting approaching or changing her spot at me?
You watch as Janice pulls out this, essentially it looks like a red scroll case. You're not sure what this is, but it says like in runes across it, break in case of emergency. And she rips this red scroll case open and unfurls this, like, it looks like almost human skin. You're not sure what this is, but it's like a scroll case. And as she's unwrapping the scroll, she looks at it and she just starts chanting in these weird runes. Does anyone speak Infernal?
Me! I'm not close enough.
Are you? I don't think you're close to here.
You know-
One time I speak the necessary language. Are you kidding?
With your passive perception, just as you kind of like look over the edge in astonishment as the bodies go tumbling off from Byrona's dagger attacks, you hear a couple of words that you recognize, and it definitely seems like she is panicked and nervous and doesn't know what she's doing. You can definitely see this. And as she starts reading off this incantation, she just kind of like finishes the last word from it. And when she does that, you watch as her staff catches a light and almost like scares her for a second. The scroll envelops in fire and dissipates. And as the staff kind of like swirls with magic, it connects with the back of, this guard. We'll call him Ryan. And as Ryan gets hit with this, the back of him starts morphing and pulling, and he just starts screaming ungodly screams as his body starts elongating and growing and bulging with muscles as he is turned into this massive just behemoth as he just gets, and his eyes are like complete opaque white. His skin is kind of sloughed off in areas and kind of hanging loose. It looks like, well, Artish, go ahead and give me maybe an Arcana check.
That's 2.
Can
your best
I
guess
roll?
is...
I'm there too.
Yeah, that's true. You are there. Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll as well.
16.
Whistle, you can accurately identify this as necromantic magic, and you get a sense that Janice really didn't know what the fuck she was reading.
May I do something since those 2 dudes are dead?
Sure.
Can I just and when they died and fell, their faces were destroyed, so they're unrecognizable, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because we're wearing guards' outfits, so we can play this as they were the intruders, and we just killed them. So I'm gonna listen, Rob, don't make that face at me.
It's a good
I'm
plan.
just gonna yell down.
This scheme is gonna take an hour.
I'm just gonna yell Janice, calm your tits, okay? We got that. We killed them. They're right down there. They're dead. You're fine.
Janice looks like she's in a panic. She kind of sees what she has done. Her staff is still undulating and whipping out different forms of magic, and it kind of hits the back of him again, morphs up, and another kind of miniature arm grows in off of the top of this guy's back of his neck and trap, and then it kind of arcs around and catches the 2 dead bodies. And you notice as their bodies kind of reanimate and they kind of stand up behind you, Artish.
Will someone calm Janice down? She's gonna ruin her own birthday.
Yeah, what about a
Are we-
stranger screaming at her isn't making her feel calm and collected? I don't understand.
Are we
I'm not-
good to just do stuff, or are we still in combat?
Let me respond with one other thing. This
Oh, no.
creature just kind of rears back and roars and just grabs the gate that is next to it and just rips it off its hinges.
Thank you.
Damn, Lisa has to play.
Just no, please let me stay in. Please put the door back.
She grabs the gate and pulls it
I
back.
can talk to chat. It's good. We're fine.
He rips it off the hinges and proceeds to use this as a shield, and is holding what looked to have been some type of battle standard that had a sharp top on the end of it that he's now wielding as a weapon. As he walks with this gated shield in front of him, eyes start to glow red as he kind of steps forward. You get a sense that he doesn't seem to know right from wrong. He doesn't seem to know ally. He's just a maniac kind of walking towards you, Artish. Now, we can roll initiative and you guys can take actions.
Again? Or do we keep our...
Rob and I already
Yeah,
rolled
if you guys rolled
earlier.
initiative, we can get that started.
Wait, let me
15.
find it.
I
I
rolled
had
15.
a 22 and Rob had a 16.
I rolled a 2. So I'll just hang back. I'll just
Lisa's
watch
really not trying tonight.
from the south.
I love the chaos of one shots.
Alrighty, so 22 for Byrona, and Whistle had a 16, right?
Huh?
Nope, that's your...
No, I had the 22 and Rob had the 16.
All right, now we're on it. Artish.
I don't want to give up my 22, you guys.
15.
Keep your 22. No
Probably be
one's coming for you, 22 girls.
only
Look.
good roll tonight.
I don't know
And-
about you, but I'm feeling 22. DMCA, don't hit us.
Nailed it.
I'm getting gagged now. Thanks, CJ.
The heck are you doing?
And okay. Apply turn order, and we're ready to go. So, Ysira, your first act.
Oh, is okay. I for some reason cannot get close enough. It's doing that weird thing where it blurs when I try to zoom in.
Oh, okay.
So is this guy within 5 feet of dang, no, not within 5 feet of my allies. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna try and climb back down the tower,
Okay.
if that's okay. Are there any people? There's no one coming up the tower right now, is there?
Not currently. You open up the trap door in the middle of the tower, and you see a wooden staircase that has two metal bars along the side of it all the way down. How would
Okay,
you like
then
to
I'm-
proceed? Are you going to climb down or slide?
I'm gonna slide down.
Good question.
All right. I need an acrobatics check.
Oh, you can have an acrobatics check. That would be a 23.
Yeah, you climb into the hole, grab onto the bars on the side, and just kind of clap your feet to the outside and just rocket all the way down, using your movement speed to get to the bottom. What would you like to do? You have an action and a bonus action.
Okay, how tall is this tower? It's
30.
only 30 feet. So
Yep.
if I dashed, I could still move over to where these zombies are, right?
Yeah, you have. Well, the entrance is on the other side, but yes,
Oh, you're
you
right.
could dash around and.
I can even be. Okay, wait, let me move. Oh my gosh. I'll turn off Field of Death later. I never will understand Tailspire. I'm so sorry.
You can
Did I
get.
just drop my character down into a ravine? Also possible.
For 30 feet, you can get to right there,
Right here?
right where.
Right here?
Yep.
Ugh.
Down the steps, and
Oh my god, you guys.
I'll
so
just
sorry.
I'll just take
It's
care of it for
okay.
you. There you go. You're in the right
doing
position.
Fucking great. Okay. So I can't see like around the tower to where everyone is, right?
No, not right where you're at.
Then I guess I'm just gonna kind of hang there until I can move again.
Byrona, your turn to act.
Okay, imagine needing to use a ladder to move.
Do it.
What is happening down below? Is our metal friend about to get gangbanged? I mean, what is happening?
I
Kinda.
think that's a very different stream than the one that we're currently doing.
That's
I mean,
that's
like,
the
there are
Twitch after
zombies
dark.
behind him.
Yeah.
What are you doing, step minions?
Okay. Is it obvious that the zombies and the big guy are gonna attack our
It's
friend down there?
I'm gonna say that he seems to be acting wild and erratic, like he doesn't seem to recognize anything, and he's just angry and kind of smashing stuff. So you got a pretty good idea that Artish may be in trouble if he hangs out in front of him.
What about the zombies?
Give me a perception check, see if you can see where they're at.
You should just describe your child.
22.
You notice that these things are starting to animate. They're on the ground at the moment, but they're starting to kind of groan and move. And you're kind of watching
all I
as like the one on his side like picks his head back up and turns him from a Pez dispenser and back into a normal person as he.
CJ picks up the Pez, puts it back in his spine.
Exactly.
All right, CJ, I love you, baby. I'm coming. All right.
That means a very different thing in a different stream.
Damn it. It does, doesn't it? All right. Well, so you see, is that even enough fucking room? I don't know how we're gonna roll this, but I'm willing to see.
Bro, it's 3 feet.
No, it's 30. It's 30. It's times 10.
Oh, is it 10?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
3 feet. What a useful skill. I can throw it 5 feet away from it.
So
I take out a dagger. I manifest a dagger, purplish hue, kind of holographic in my hand, and I guess I know when I pull the dagger out, but I roll 1d8 and I can teleport that many feet times 10 away from me. I rolled a 3. So
Perfect.
I'll throw it at the bottom of the tower.
Okay.
Can I suggest an alternative?
Yes, please.
Throw it above him, and then all of a sudden, Assassin's Creed his ass.
I actually appreciate that, and I'm gonna change my idea to go over here onto the cliff face.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
It might still happen. It might still happen.
But technically, whenever you throw it, gravity takes control of it and travels an extra 1d8 feet per second. So really,
I don't know what he's talking
I feel
about.
like that will quickly end up as a blood splatter on the ground. So
this is a math stream.
Okay,
I
so
teleport over here as a bonus action, and then as my actual action. Actually, I was really wrong. The psychic blade is fucking bananas. I just not read every piece of text on this thing, but I can just make an offhand attack without using a bonus action, which is bananas. Oh no, it is. No, it is a bonus action. I was wrong. I just didn't say that in the text. All right, I'm gonna throw at the big guy. I mean, why not? Blade.
okay.
Hiya. An 11 to hit.
You throw your blade at him and it just kind of like dissipates onto the prison door.
Yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. You guys look as these whoop, and I'm going blurry. Let's zoom in here. Okay. You look as these zombies start like pulling their body parts back onto their bodies and standing back up, and they're just and her staff finally stops undulating with magic as it just stands up, and this guy stands up and just starts running down the hall looking for anything it can grab a hold of. This thing immediately turns and starts like trying to gnaw on the metal that anticipated flesh or something that it could actually hurt. And we'll see if it catches any type of
So if you say anything over 20, I'm leaving this fight.
nope. It goes in to bite on you, and looking and expecting for flesh, and telling that it's not a very bright type of creature. It's just gnawing onto the metal, trying to gnash its teeth into you. You are up, Artish.
I would like to take a playbook out of Rob's playbook, and I am going to throw a psionic knife behind the big necromancer guy. So I'm going to try to throw it behind him.
To hit Janice? Or to hit the
I'm going to throw it at Janice, yes. That's a great way of saying it. I'm going to
You
throw
say
it
that
at...
you're attacking.
I'm here to
Janice?
help.
I'm not attacking Janice, I'm throwing it at her. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. We'll see if that holds up in a court of law.
I'm only attacking her if it hits. If it's not, then I was aiming for the ground.
Is it a d20 that you roll? I don't know where it is on the sheet.
If you're just throwing a dagger and you're intending not to hit anything, you can pretty much just do that as a free act. I mean, as an action.
It's a psionic dagger.
That's fine, but if you're not trying to hit anything with it, it's pretty easy to throw something into a giant open field. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, so.
I mean, I only need to go 20 feet, so as long as I didn't roll a 1, it was fine.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to teleport directly behind the necromancer. Ryan. I'm gonna teleport behind Ryan.
Yep.
And use my psionic blade to attack.
Okay. So bonus action to teleport and then attack action. Gotcha.
Does a 23 hit
A 23 does hit.
for 28 damage?
Okay. You slam this psionic blade into the back of him, and he doesn't seem to have a reaction to it. I mean, he definitely took damage, but he doesn't seem to have too much of a sane mind to scream out with that. He is angry, and I assume you're done.
Yeah, that's it.
He turns and takes that battle standard that he was holding and just tries to swing down and hit you with it. And then as he's swinging down, you see the shield coming behind it to also smash down into you with.
I will say, go, Janice. I will protect you. Also, happy 75th birthday.
Slams.
First attack is a 30. And the second attack is a 19.
They both hit.
Okay. So,
Evasion.
the first
yeah.
hit does 13 damage. You can choose whether or not you want to evade on that.
Whichever one makes me
Is that
take
how you
less
doing it?
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take it on that one. And whenever he smashes this prison door into you, you take 4 points of damage plus another 6 in necrotic.
What was the first one?
And I don't know if you're the first one was
Did you say
13 total.
Okay.
You good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Janice, freaked out, runs a
You
little
mother
bit
effer.
away.
Coward.
Oh yeah, she is very much a coward. She
Need for being
turns
75.
and she just hurls what looks to be some type of like prismatic ball at you guys. And
Please tell me it doesn't hit me.
does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay, so
Hey.
she just throws this prismatic ball behind you guys, and it just clatters against the rocks in between you guys as it hits, and lightning kind of shoots out in multiple different directions as she runs this way, grabbing a hold of this crossbowman and kind of like pushing him that direction as she tries to kind of like run by, and she stops about there. Whistle, you having had the door just ripped off the cage in front of you, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah. Out from the darkness of the cage steps a rather petite little rock dove. She's just a little feathery lady with some gray brown feathers and dark clothing, and she just blend in with any other random bird person who also looks like a rock dove. It's a perfect disguise, if you will. I'm assuming
as you step
clarify.
out of the cage, right to your right seems to be where they were storing your weapons, just out of reach.
Ah, perfect.
And so you're able to pick those up.
I'm all decked out. Wonderful. I also am not connected to my character, so I can't move her.
Oh,
That's fine.
I'll take care of that for you.
That'd be much appreciated. She also is, I'm assuming that we're all members of the Crimson Writ. Is there any kind of signifier of like anybody's badge that is like out, or we recognize each other or something, where I'm not just like, thanks losers, I'm getting the fuck out of here?
Yep.
That's a good question, because we dressed ourselves in guards' leathers.
Oh.
I could have added her. Well, I can do it my next turn. But I know we have the psychotic thing that allows us to speak telepathically.
Well, she Yeah, I say I'm not sure who's running that right now. It's
It's me.
okay. So
Whoops.
I just want to make sure that this is a case where we would recognize each other as allies and not just, you want to just hand wave that?
Nope, you gotta
no,
hit someone.
it is. You guys definitely do because the Crimson Writ's a
Okay.
rather small group right now, and so that is you can definitely.
Okay, cool. So we do recognize each other, and I'm not immediately going to try to attack.
It's a very
Boo.
Cheers style organization where everyone knows your name.
We wanted PvP.
Here's the thing. It means that we recognize each other. It doesn't mean that we like one another, though. So
That's why we're 3 on this mission and you're not.
You guys are welcome to role play that however you want.
I'm gonna cast a sneaky little thunder wave just while we're here
Okay.
and just see what happens, you know? So if I could get a Constitution saving throw from the big beastie boy and CJ.
Okay.
Is there a sneaky zombie in there that I can't see? Is it just the two of them?
Nope.
No, you
just
can't.
Okay.
yeah, just the two of them.
Yeah, if I could
So
get a little-
that is a. What are we doing for?
Constitution saving DC 15.
12.
Okay, it's gonna take 7 points of damage and then get toppled off of the cliff. Because it also gets pushed 10 feet away.
Okay.
CJ, how'd you do? You okay? You still standing?
I am falling.
Oh, wait.
Oh no.
Can it is sneak attack
wait,
damage only
Constitution
from
save.
weapons or also from spells?
From weapons.
I think it's just
Okay,
weapons.
that's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
Help! I am falling.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
It looks like it slides off 10 feet and hits another layer of the cliff.
Perfect.
Can't move because
And
it's
then
not my
I'm gonna
turn.
go ahead and
I just dropped it off, of course.
do it. There we go. And then I'll kind of fly overhead, put a little bit of distance between myself and the rest, and just go, "Oh, I didn't recognize you. Sorry about that. Hey, bud."
Ow.
Okay.
I suppose I'm gonna freaking dash again since I'm so far away.
All right. So still the wrong way
Wait, how do I?
into the tunnel.
Where can I go? Oh, I see. Can I come just like out the entrance? Is that close
well,
enough?
so at 30 feet, you come face to face with another zombie.
So, that without dashing. So I'm not gonna dash then.
Yeah.
I will come face to face with that zombie.
Okay.
But you look dashing.
But I'm gonna move around this way only because I'm freaking terrible at Tailspire. I promise I'll move him into the right spot.
No worries. I got you covered.
This zombie! Ooh, it's dark in there.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to do a 2-weapon situation here.
Called a double attack.
Mm-hmm. What he said. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to go with my rapier because I can't do sneak attack damage or anything, so I'd rather just get. It's a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, you definitely landed a blow to it.
It's a whopping. Oh, it calculated without sneak attack. It's just 8 damage.
Okay. You run in with your rapier and you just pierce right through its shoulder and it doesn't seem to react. It takes the damage and just kind of like "Rawr." Bonus action?
I moved my full 30 feet, right?
Yep.
Oh, but if I dash, I can move another 30 feet. because I can take a bonus action on each of my turns to dash, disengage, or hide.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to dash. But I may as well kill it. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Byrona?
All right, so she's pretty far. What are all the other guards in the complex doing right now? Can we see just a horde of guards coming towards us from the distance, or?
So it's actually kind of unique. What you see them doing is actually like hunkering down and like locking themselves into buildings. They seem a bit scared by what Janice just accidentally summoned, and they figured the best way that they can do that seems to be is just like protect themselves and what they're guarding. And so they're just like literally, mercenary style, instead of going and hunting down for their death, they're actually barricading themselves into doorways and things like that.
So they're not using their long-range weaponry to take out the threat.
Correct.
Okay.
It's Janice's birthday. They're not going to kill the thing she just created.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Leave it alone a bit.
Let's see how far I get, baby. All right. I throw my dagger again. So what happens is I'm on the tower. I go and I zoom over to the ledge, and then I throw another one, and it arcs to the ground. Call of Duty throwing knife style, all the way over onto the ground, 70 feet away. I get the kill cam. Oh, that is not at all where I wanted to go. Depth of field is not Tailspire's strong suit.
Yeah, it's Tailspire's problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm already wearing glasses. What do you want from me? I'm going to. So I appear there. That is my bonus action. Can I argue that there's no way they knew I was about to do that, so I can get sneak attack damage on Janice?
Well, Janice has no idea you're there, even with the teleport. She's facing the other direction, running, so she probably wouldn't be aware of you.
Okay.
The other guy literally just watched you appear right in front of him.
Well, that's okay. I don't care about that guy.
I just want to say that we are disguised as them.
Yeah, but at the same time, they all work with each other. Your faces aren't disguised, and you're a big metal machine.
That ruse ended the end of last session. I don't know. That hasn't been a thing for a little while.
Every time we mention it, Rob's like, "Give it up, you guys."
Speak for yourself. I'm still undercover.
You're the least convincing person. They're like, is a big metal machine I've never seen before walking around in guard uniforms?
Then he rolled a nat 20 and made a 28 and said, I'm a cooking machine. And they're like, you know what? Makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe you. I'm still going to kill you.
Yeah.
All right. So does that mean I have advantage on this attack then? Against Janice?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no, because she's not surprised, but you will get sneak attack if you hit her. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
She's aware that you're there, and she's not hard.
To hit, I imagine, doesn't hit. However,
It's
I have
Janice.
a thing. And it's in my... I'm not joking. This class has a fucking essay of text.
Yeah,
it really does. I have the
psionic
same
powers. Oh my god.
I'm aware.
I can add a 1d8 to I can add a 1d8 and use one of my die. Can I to that attack? I'll do it. Fuck it. A 2. Nice.
A
10 hit?
a 10 will not hit.
Feels good. Okay. Well, I'm not a pussy, so I'm going to go and walk in front of her and stop her from running away.
Stop. In the name of the law.
I don't think that she's this important, but I really just kind of want to kill her. So I'm gonna do that. That is my turn.
That is straight full murder hobo.
You got me tagged.
It's a one shot. Whatever.
As the zombie starts swinging and gnashing its teeth at you, first it tries to attack Ysira, and Ysera, your rapier that you just stabbed it with is holding it at bay. It can't seem to reach you because it can't get through your rapier as you're just kind of like sticking it into it. This one just full bore just runs right at Artish and is going to try to...
I fell off the edge.
You fell off the edge?
Yeah, it's not my turn, so I couldn't move my character. So I'm
Oh,
down here.
you failed to save too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oop, you're not that far down.
Yeah, did the big guy not get... He got pushed 10 feet.
Yeah.
Did it still put him on the ledge? Okay.
Yeah. He was technically...
There's a lot more ledge space than I thought was happening when I cast
Yeah,
that.
so right here's 10 feet from where he was standing.
Maybe if you weren't a stupid bird.
Yeah. He's...
Don't you make fun of my bird brain.
all right, well, in that case, this one will just... closest person will be, again, Ysera. The other one runs in and tackles you, essentially, and claws into your flesh. Does an 18 hit? Ysera?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. Yes, it does because I only have a 15.
That is 8 points of necrotic damage.
I suppose that's fine.
You can choose to use your rogue ability to reduce that damage.
Yes, I uncanny dodge. I always forget about uncanny dodge. You think I would remember it more? Uncanny dodge.
Go ahead, Artish.
I would shout out to you, be like, you go help the other one, and I would point that direction, even though I know her name's you. And I say, I will take care of this one. And in my robot mind, I'm thinking, I'm gonna die. I am gonna die. And I would like to jump over and psionic blade. Actually, I have an even cooler thing. I want to jump over to this dude on the ledge, and I'm gonna psionic blade him. I'd assume he's just facing the other way, like in his back. And then as I'm doing that, I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm gonna throw my psionic knife up on top of the ledge.
Okay. So to make your jump attack, I want you to succeed past a athletics, we'll say 10, just to jump past this.
19.
Yeah. So you
Nice.
clearly just leap over this and definitely hit him for...
19? Does that hit?
Yeah, definitely hit him. So
Would I get sneak attack since it's...
no one
or no?
else is within range of him, so it's just normal attack.
for 5 damage?
Mm-hmm.
And then... Oh, great.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Well, that gets
like right here.
you... Yeah. Perfect.
So then I would move right here.
Alrighty.
Boom, turn done. Oh, and then as Ysera's flying off, if I could, just to use a free action to call her into our mental dictionary of pictures and discussions. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did.
Okay.
I would like to mentally link her to our collect call of talking to each other.
Okay.
You mean me? Are you talking about
Yeah.
me or you,
I
Sarah?
was talking about you.
Yes,
Okay.
whistle, honk,
Um,
and then boom.
Can I just say it would be really funny if, since he's a robot, he like did not think in robotic voice and had like a totally different accent when mind melding, and it would just
You're
came
like
out when
All of
speaking
your
as a
internal
robotic
thoughts are
voice.
just
The
binary.
dial-up noise when you he connects into your mind.
Like
And
you
then-
hear this like posh British accent, but when he speaks, it's just straight robot. Oh,
And then
so good.
as soon as I bring her into our little mind meld. Hello, team. I have invited Honk to the call. Oh, sorry. Her name is Whistle. I'm sorry about that.
You're going
Actually,
for
my
Sean
name
Connery.
is. That's my only name, but most people can't pronounce it, so Whistle is fine. Hi.
We call
Sorry
her
about the
Honk.
confusion again. I prefer if you did it, but that's all right. I think that's. I'm gonna push you off a cliff. That's fair. What do you want to do about this big bad?
I believe that we should do as the people of say. Take him out. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Do what the humans do and destroy.
Thank you. Sounds very
Wow.
posh, Whistle.
Of all of the accents to pick, this is absolutely the best one you could have chosen.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, you have this monstrosity as it claws and climbs its way back up onto the ledge and kind of just needlessly runs at our wonderful robot friend. He's going to take a swing at him for 18.
Hits.
That's only 6 points of damage as he kind of swings the battle standard at you, and having just gotten knocked off of the ledge, he's going to kind of turn these eyes that are just kind of glowing red, and he's going to look right at you, Whistle, and he's just going to kind of like grasp his banner while he's looking at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
What if I just like don't? What if I don't, so?
You probably shouldn't have.
That's a pass for me.
You
I rolled a
guys
3.
watch as Whistle is flying there, and then she just goes and just falls out of the sky, paralyzed.
Oh, fuck me. That is not a good skill to have for. Oh no, how far? Yeah, far off the ground am I?
50 feet.
50 feet?
How much
Okay.
does it take to kill you? About that much.
We'll find out.
Can
What
she
is it,
uncanny dodge
1d6?
damage from the ground?
She could
So
if she wasn't paralyzed.
5d6.
Does the ground count as an attack from the
Yeah.
ground?
Nope.
Does it when you fall? The ground attacks you?
Does I rolled 13 points of damage. Do you just want me to take that, or do you want to roll?
Nope, that's
yourself?
fine. 5d6 points of
Okay.
damage as you plummet paralyzed to the ground and impact the ground from this creature.
Yikes.
30 seconds in game time of playing this character, and you've already fallen from the sky. Feels really bad. Oh man.
That was kind of an interesting I haven't gotten to paralyze a flying creature before. That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. It was a great. So glad
Yeah,
I picked a
good
flying creature
job,
that just
Casey.
Immediately undercut my fucking
I can fly.
Thank you. Thank you,
Psych.
Justin, for Whistle wins fastest death in the campaign. Not yet, bitch. Not dead yet, bitch.
I'm almost there.
As she runs out, you basically, did you jump in front of her or run in front of her?
I jumped. No, sorry. I ran.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say.
You ran in front of her. She is going to immediately see you, and her staff kind of illuminates as she slams it into the ground, and you watch as a divine energy ripples out from it in all directions. And I don't know. Oh, you get to choose. So she's only choosing you. I need a Constitution saving throw.
What
I would
is
love-
Janice's deal?
I would love if Janice is like the accidental spellcaster that everything she does just screws up. Like blind and ends up blinding like half her team.
That's kind of how it's been so far.
You know what?
All
We'll
right,
make
well,
that
let's see what I
canon.
A 15. Hell yeah.
15 does not save.
All right, well, wait a
What?
second then. Hold on. You did this. You created these characters. I know you can do. Fuck me. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. If you fail, okay.
Dexterity saves? Is that what you're thinking of?
No, that's a rogue. I know that.
You're a rogue.
Sorry, hold on. I know. I know. Okay. No, I don't have anything for this. I don't think. So go ahead, hit me with it.
You take 21 points of radiant damage as she slams the staff and a destructive wave bursts out. I went ahead and rolled for the guy behind, and you watch as he is just slammed against the wall and he collapses dead, or at least unconscious.
Who likes this woman?
Well,
She's a walking liability.
if you remember, most people didn't really care for Janice. Only Tom was the one willing to contribute to the birthday fund, and you guys murdered him.
I see that. I
She's
respect that, to be honest.
75. She has no friends. She's incompetent at her job, and yet she's still out here fighting and killing and, doing all the things that she's supposed to do. So I think she should be fucking Employee of the Month, frankly.
I wouldn't say fighting, more as
She
trying
needs a
to
raise.
survive.
Having, I don't think. Oh yeah, you're knocked prone.
Oh, am I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great.
And
Rude.
she is going to disengage, open up the barracks door.
That wasn't an action.
She has a martial ability, is what it's called, and
This is bullshit.
she closes the door from the
Bullshit.
barracks.
What the fuck? Oh, this is the barracks?
Whistle, you are paralyzed and on the ground in traction. Would you like to? You're paralyzed, but at the end of each of your turns, you can make another wisdom saving throw to see if you can succeed.
Alrighty. 14? Does that do anything for me?
No,
All right.
you're just shy.
I've got the ground covered, guys. Don't worry about this. Don't bother coming down to the bottom level. It's good. I've totally got it. Just
Ysira,
I'd just like
You
I'd just
ha-
like to say, oh yes, go ahead.
you have two gnashing zombies on you. What would you like to say?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say we're doing a great job taking advantage of Rogue's ability to sneak attack right now, you guys.
Yeah, we all three are very separated doing our
I
own
know.
battles.
I really didn't know. Like,
Bullshit.
I mean, you guys have the ability to join together and everyone gets sneak attack. And
Okay. Is-
not my fault. I got shot out of the sky.
I blame
okay, I
Janice.
had plans on my turn.
These are bumbling, dumb zombies, right?
Rude.
one
I
one
can
is
use-
seriously wounded as you stab through it.
Oh wait, I can use disengage as a bonus action.
Yeah, you can.
And I can do a bonus action before my normal action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to disengage from these two.
Okay.
And run around them to come attack the big guy where Artish is, because then I'll get sneak attack damage for being so close.
My next turn was to run over to you and do the same thing.
And I am going to go. Is a rapier light?
No.
Probably not. No.
It's been
I'm gonna go. I'll just go with my rapier. Wow. I'm assuming an 11 does not hit.
No.
Great. That's great. Just great. The whole turn.
We're killing it, guys. This battle
great.
we are heroes of the realm. We are pride and joy of the Crimson Writ. This is the reason why they sent their best
are
team
their-
in.
Team
This
at
may not
best.
be the historical moment where the ledger actually got stolen. This may be a different moment that we're revisiting.
It's just the tip number one.
Yeah.
Every one shot is trying to steal this ledger now.
Yeah.
It just gets crazier and crazier each time.
Uh,
Man.
okay, Byrona, you are on the ground, prone, having just taken some serious damage from.
I was there. I was there. All right. I'm.
Byrona,
I stand up. Byrona she flicks her dark black hair out of her eye and stands up and just looks at this guard who's like recovering on the wall, and she just. Oh, is he prone too?
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
When you
He's
stand up,
unconscious,
he's
I think.
unconscious. Yeah, he's limping against the wall.
Oh.
Byrona, we could require assistance over here with this big monstrosity.
Stab. Okay. Kill that guy. She just goes, stab on this guy. As my bonus action, I believe I can do that.
It's a yeah. So go ahead and roll to hit on that.
Okay. Okay.
You would have advantage because he's prone on the ground, but okay.
22.
Yeah. So you instantly critical, and he fails 2 death saving throws.
Okay.
You got him.
And
Is this
NPC
gonna really important?
We're
yeah,
doing it,
NPC has
guys.
death saving throws?
I loot him for his key that he probably has on him. Do I see anything super useful on his body?
Whenever you go to loot him, he does have a few different things. He carries a wooden box that is attached to his belt that actually has in what looks to be some type of like coin or jewel that's inside of it. On the other side, he has a pouch that seems to have some type of snuff in it, and then on his belt he does have 2 various key rings.
You
Oh my
loot
God.
that guy.
All right. Well, I'm not a loot goblin, so I'm just taking the keys.
Okay.
Missing
maybe?
out.
Lisa looked up
and-
immediately.
Then gonna move. God, I'm so slow. Okay. Then I'm gonna move over here, and then I'm going to attack. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. I think that's about it. And then I'm gonna throw a dagger as my other action. That's not bonus action on the big guy.
Sneak attack.
Would this count as sneak attack?
It's a ranged weapon.
You have
Does it work that way?
other members within inside of 5 feet
Yeah.
of him.
Range
So,
attacks,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
As
like
long as your allies are close to the person you're attacking.
but not
5
advantage.
feet.
Just
Right.
sneak attack.
Advantage, yeah. So if he was flanked, maybe, but
Okay. 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Oh no.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
Just shy.
Yikes.
These zombies come rushing back in, following Ysera, and
Uh-oh.
Great. Love that. Love that for us.
natural 20 on the first one.
How many zombies?
Just 2.
Two zombies?
Just 2 zombies. Well, unless you count the monstrosity that got morphed in. He kind of is a zombie as well.
No, I'm a little more worried about him than I am about the zombies, but
So does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay. So ouch. You are going to take 16 points because the other one critical.
Can I uncanny dodge?
Yes, you can. So 8 points of damage. Necrotic bite on your shoulder as it just kind of digs into the back of you.
Got it.
Artish.
you.
I'm just gonna double attack the human knight in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
The undead monstrosity, yes.
Yes. Actually, can I just run around it and flank it? Wonk, wonk,
Yeah, actually you can.
bonk. Does 19 hit?
Yes.
30 damage.
So
And then
you go through, and standing behind it, you see it tries to get its battle standard, like tries to block you with it, and you're deftly behind it and manage to stab into it to where it can't seem to parry your attack very easily.
and then as I come with my underarm to do another blade, and as it manifests, I'm gonna try to go for the Achilles tendon to get it to drop down to one knee and kind
Okay.
of go, I guess, prone-ish. 19
That hits.
for 26 damage.
Okay, 26 damage. As you cut through, you watch as you completely sever the Achilles tendon and blood sprays. But weirdly, it doesn't seem to be being held up by that. It seems to just like not even notice that it's bleeding out and dying as its leg gets shredded from behind. Almost like it's just weirdly unrecognizable to pain.
Well, it would seem we are in quite a predicament.
Okay.
Hopefully this doesn't hit me, because I'm probably going to die soon.
It's going to turn and just take its shield and try to bash you. And when it does that, it's going to do what's called a barreling hit, where it's going to try and hit you and push you 10 feet.
Nice.
That is a 20 even.
Do I get a dex save for that?
Yeah, we'll
the
give you a
push?
dex save. It is 12 points of damage. We'll do one of two things. You can choose to make a dexterity saving throw from falling off the edge, or you can use your uncanny dodge.
Option 3, can I use evasion to succeed on the dex saving throw if I make it and take no damage? If not, I'll just take the dex from falling off the cliff.
Yes, you could. No, because the dexterity saving throw is to catch the cliff. You could choose to automatically succeed on that. Is that right?
Well, I was saying, because am I taking damage from, like, is a dex save to
The
take
dex save
damage
is-
or to not be moved?
The dex save is to catch onto the cliff to keep from
Okay,
taking
okay.
fall damage.
Okay.
But you already take half damage with falling from.
Yeah.
from-
I'll just grab onto the cliff,
Okay.
and that's a 22.
Yeah. So you get slammed and grabbed onto the cliff. It is 12 total points of damage.
I am not looking very hot here, team. I require assistance for the 5th time.
Oh,
Guess
the
we're all
black-
such great healers.
From inside, you start hearing items hitting the back of the doors of just things just juk, 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 as you hear in from the middle of the door as this giant like armoire style thing just gets slammed into the opening that was the central gate, seemingly blocking off the barracks in total. You get a sense that this is less about you guys and more about trying to escape from the monstrosity that she may have summoned. Janice.
Everyone just
That's
barricaded
a good
themselves in and said, you know what, I ain't dealing with this today.
Yeah,
Can I
well, I
make-
kind of wonder if at this point it might not be worth it for us to just grab all
Yeah.
of the guards around, just be like, "Can you help, please?"
Well, I was gonna say, Too, like, can't we take advantage of the chaos? We can disengage so that it doesn't attack us and just go to where the ledger is.
Yeah,
And grab it while everyone else is freaking out.
I'm honestly not opposed to that suggestion in the slightest.
But the combat.
You,
No, I'm for it.
You can
That's such
stay
a
in
great
the
idea.
combat. Oh no! You can stay in combat if you want to. And then while you are distracting them, Emily and I are gonna go grab the ledger and get the fuck out of Dodge.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a great idea.
Perfect.
Not Lisa's, Emily's. I don't want to die.
Your choice, my man. Maybe not your choice, actually. If we stay in combat too much longer, I don't know how many more choices you're gonna get.
I mean, unless Rob wants to stay in combat.
Oh yeah, I want to stay in combat. Specifically, CJ, you should stay in combat with me, and we'll go from there.
I love how every
the party.
Every combat, Rob and I find a certain character that we just latch onto to kill.
All right, Whistle.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, actually,
Nope.
hang on. Let me. No, it's not concentration.
Cool. No, it's good. I'll hang out. I'm good. I'm vibing.
Lisa, I really appreciate you joining the stream tonight. This has been super fun for you. Ysira? Emily, that's your character.
I know. There's so many characters to remember.
Real quick before Sarah goes, she just hears sort of a tone of British through her mind. Sarah, if you do leave, just to let you know, I'm the only target for everyone around us.
Well, I
so I might die.
Wait until Whistle isn't paralyzed anyway.
Are you sure that was English?
Yeah.
I do not know sometimes.
You ever seen my car keys?
There's someone out there being like, oh my god, this dude's accent is not good at all.
Yeah, those people are on.
It really amazing.
They're on this stream with you.
I'm sorry, Lisa in chat right now. I'm at least gonna wait because I don't want to go by myself, so I'm at least gonna wait until Lisa's unparalyzed because then, Anyway, so Artish is still within 5 feet of this guy, right? He hasn't fallen that far, or is he just up here because it's a pain for the?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay.
That's fine.
I just want that sneak attack, Casey.
Sure.
Try the rapier again. I know that's not how it's actually pronounced. The 15 hit.
Clank.
Well,
I don't think this guy has an AC.
But you are flanked, so you do this at an
He's
advantage.
18.
oh, okay. I know very little about flanking. It should be known.
That's right.
So I'm gonna roll again. Does a 15 hit?
Clank.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, did we just rewind?
Oh gosh. He's got a big gash in his leg, right?
Mhm.
Didn't CJ cut through? So maybe we just target his sweetmeats. Just target.
Yeah, does he have a lower AC on his leg than he does on the rest of his body?
exposed.
Okay, listen.
Did you just say targeted sweetmeats?
Yeah, sure fucking did.
I love it.
I'm moving. I'm schmoving over here. All right. Guess what I'm doing?
What are you
Saving
doing?
me, please.
Excuse me, I'm
Yes.
trying to help, okay? And I'm
Oh,
in
no.
between this guy and the zombies. Are you
Alright.
fucking serious, Rob?
All right. I'm gonna go over here.
What?
Are there people at the door that was being guarded?
Are you kidding me right now? No, we have to stay in combat. No,
Bro,
don't get
That's what we
pleasure.
call a top 10 anime betrayal.
What you
So
see,
there's still a guy there?
you see one individual there. The big guy that was protecting is gone. This guy seems to kind of just be hiding and hunkering in this little corner spot.
Hey, Casey.
Yeah.
I cannot see that guy.
Look at you'll have to look at the stream to
Yes. Oh, there he is. He's there. He's
I
there.
am super ready to die right now. Just let it be known.
How dare.
I'm gonna try to finish this one shot.
Listen,
I'll try. For you guys, I'll try to do that.
If I had known we could have done this, I would have gone over there. If CJ hadn't been like, no, help me. I got a freaking plus 11 on my stealth and sleight of hand.
If I haven't been like, please let me not die in this combat, you're like, no, die. I don't care about you.
This is the most frustrating subclass I've ever played in D&D.
It's so complicated.
What I get for
Like,
being a good friend.
Honestly. Oh my god, that was a much bigger drop than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a big drop. How far did you throw your
What
dagger?
a choice.
20 feet, so not that far. If I'm going straight down, which I
Yeah.
would, but okay. And then I'm gonna use my action to dash towards him. A riveting turn, to be sure.
Okay.
Don't fuck off. You got to do things, all right? Don't you?
The paralyzed
You
bird
throw
behind you.
that dagger and you be proud of it.
That's true. I take it back, Lisa. Way better than your turns. I'll say that.
Oh
My
god.
turn's not.
The two zombies just continue to chew on
Yeah. Are you? See, I'm the only target if you leave.
The other target decided to run away.
I
does
was
it
never a target, sir. I was never a target.
does
Take it back.
a 15 hit?
Who?
It meets.
So
This is a zombie?
Yep.
Okay.
You will take
Oh.
13 points of damage as as one of them continues to chew in. The other one like goes to claw at you and just kind of like tumbles onto the ground next to you.
I uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So if it's half of 15, do I round up for that?
Half of 13 makes it 6.
Oh, 13. Okay.
We'll say that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I
don't know why I'm thanking you for damage.
You are prone on the ground, but you've managed to keep yourself from falling off a cliff.
Is it? Oh, I thought the other was the other zombie. So yes. So, I would like to do something, but I don't know if it will work. But as I sit there and I contemplate the battle and the mission, I know that one is more important than the other. And I will run directly towards you, Sarah. And as I do that, I will like to detach one of my arms, the one that throws the knife directly down the cliff, and I hand her the arm and I say, live to complete the mission. And then I handed her the arm so she could teleport down to where the knife was, while I sit there and try to live and take all the aggro.
Interesting.
I have to say, CJ, I think that's a D&D first. I would be surprised if someone was a Warforged, they played this class and subclass, and took off their arm to use the teleporting blade feature.
I just don't know if it'll
That's
work
like-
because, like, I just assume, like, there's a magic essence in the arm and she can use it, because you can't, like, take someone like Dimension Door.
We can do rule of
I'm
cool. So
Yeah, I'm fascinated
Yes.
to hear what the
Bananas.
implications are of this.
This all depends on how far I throw the dagger, though. Let's calm down.
10
It's like
feet.
10 feet. It's 80 feet. Let's go. I throw it directly at the door.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Plunk. Actually, you know what? I throw it directly at Byrona.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you know what? I thought the opposite way. I thought all the way across. I'm like, here,
go
take
ahead
this,
and
then
go ahead and
throw
give me
it
an
all the way
attack roll.
around.
Okay. Just a straight D20 then.
It's an attack roll, so roll an attack. Dagger throw.
Oh, I got you.
Wait, at me?
Yeah, that's what he said.
You
that is
can't
what I
attack
said.
with this feature!
Doesn't 11 hit?
Isn't there something in there about something that happens if you like teleport into the
No.
inside of a person, or
Yes,
that's a different teleporting
it
thing?
specifically says unoccupied. You're correct.
Yeah.
It
It doesn't matter.
It's okay. He throws it 80 feet and it hits like the stone right next to where your face is, Byrona, as you're running in front of the rock, and it
Sylvia.
and
Okay, bye. Or hi.
That's what I did.
Yep.
I held on
Cuddles, but not
to
that many
you,
cuddles.
Sarah, as she disappeared from my arms.
yep.
A robot in love.
Not really, but you
No,
just
I hate you.
Who's to say?
you hear in your minds, Sarah, I have always loved you. You must survive. I cannot imagine a
What is-
world without you.
What is happening right now?
Wow,
Who
it's
is this?
romantic. It's character motivation.
Hey, CJ. Does
Hold
29
on.
hit?
Is that the end of my turn?
Yeah, I think. Unless you're
All
gonna.
I-
You can move.
What else can you
All
do?
I did was move in action.
Okay. And bonus
I take-
action because of the teleport.
That's true.
I have a
Damn.
question.
Plus, you
Oh, I
also detached your arm, stood up, ran across. What
Yeah.
was-
Sorry. Please, someone look at chat.
Yeah, so that was a 28 to hit as it slams its shield down into you.
Yep.
For 15 points of damage.
Nice. So
Are you dead yet?
I'm at 8. 'Cause I
wait.
have-
Did it attack him?
Yeah.
And are we saying I teleported on his turn? We're not going to let it wait until my turn?
Correct.
I was going to see if I could sneak a Hellish Rebuke in there before I left and try to damage it a little more. That's okay.
You want to berate me on your turn?
No. I just wanted it to be at least a little more damaged for you before I teleported away if possible, but it's fine.
And a 27
Yes, that hits.
for 13 points of damage.
Remember me. Remember me, team.
It turns and just roars out and runs and jumps off.
Was all for nothing.
Who thinks that this is because CJ's tired of us and just wants to leave early?
I'm not gonna leave.
Raise your hand.
It hits the ground right next to Whistle and takes 10 points of damage and
And it dies, right?
And
dice roll.
crushes me.
Failure. Its foot completely breaks off and it's now standing and it is hobbled. It cannot, its movement speed is reduced.
Wait,
It's
let me get this straight. It loses its foot and that doesn't make it prone?
Sure, it falls
you can
prone.
stand on one foot.
I know, but
Okay.
after a fall?
I mean, it is a
Okay.
gargantuan monstrosity, but I understand your point.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm fine with either
Yeah.
thing. It's just a question.
Whistle.
Me? It's back to me?
Oh no.
How do you feel about a nat 1? Is that gonna to break the
As Whistle lays her on the ground, paralyzed, you hear a.
here? I'm doing my best out here.
This
Saving the day.
this person, just so that we're clear, got out of the cell and then immediately started flying and fell and has not gotten back up. We don't know anything about this person other than
Part
that
of
they've
your
just been
crew.
unconscious.
She
I mean,
was she
you know
talked in
me.
our head a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke in each other's heads. We've already established we're all members of the Crimson Writ who met
I
each
don't
other
know
like
you
at
all.
I don't know, some kind of like group function. Like we met at like the holiday Christmas party or something. Like we kind
I
of know each
purposefully
other.
didn't meet you. I don't know you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you seem like the kind of guy who would not go to the holiday Christmas party. That's fair.
That's true.
We gotta bring you into the group a bit more. Gotta socialize. Fucking pronounce.
This whole
No.
conversation is happening in your dream
Irona.
state. You're
It
just
really
having this
is.
conversation in your mind as things are happening.
I'm just having a dream back to the Christmas party and just having a blast. And that's why I'm not ready to wake up. I'm having too much fun in the dream world.
Byrona, or not Byrona, but Ysira, you just appear right in front of Byrona at a full sprint and kind of like slide down the rock.
I'm so badass.
That's one
We
way.
lost our niche. Yeah, that's why. Because I'm the badass one. Just kidding. So what is the current status of this guard?
Cowering in fear.
Yeah. You notice
so
that
I could
the
potentially just go over and unlock the thing.
the dirt is wet underneath him.
Why are you saying that?
He went pee-pee.
Oh, okay.
Did you get that?
I was like, are you trying to be? Presuming that he's cowering more because I looked super badass as I just like appeared and slid over, so that would have like really intimidated him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm just gonna swagger over to the lock and try and pick it. Well, is it locked? I guess I should ask that first.
Yes, the giant caged room is locked.
I mean, I assumed, but I didn't wanna.
But you don't know. You don't know until you ask.
So
Listen.
dexterity plus proficiency plus 2.
Okay. For my thieves tool roll.
Mm-hmm.
14 plus 3, 17 plus 2, 19.
Quick
Okay.
maths.
I can do math.
You run over directly in front of this guard, immediately pull out your lockpick set, and slide in the rake and chink, immediately unlock the gate.
Get over here! That was my... How much movement was that? Not a lot.
No, not a lot.
May I enter?
Yeah, you can.
I enter.
You can
You
get about
do-
there.
I think
Sure.
the psionic link is still up. Or maybe not since I went down, so never mind.
In front of
I
you,
believe-
you see
yeah.
a darkened room with firelight at the end of the this cave-like structure that has been honed out of the mountainside.
Did I hear anything?
Crackling from the fire and
Okay, I'll just...
and roaring from the back.
That's my whole movement, so I'll just leave it at that. And other people can go.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. His initiative is at the end. Byrona?
All right. So this guy isn't doing anything, right?
At the moment, no, but he seems to have been bolstered a little bit whenever she opened the door and entered the safe. You get a sense like he might like be
Is he still
gathering
technically
gall.
cowering?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to murder him, please.
Okay.
I just... Okay, I'd like to
Wait,
murder him.
Oh, is he
He
cowering in
asked so
fear?
politely.
I'll quote this
How
one.
can you say no to that face?
Oh God. Okay. Do I get any advantages because he's cowering? Is that a mechanic?
Yeah.
In D&D?
Technically, you'd be at advantage because he is below you.
He is below me. You're right. All right.
What
20
a
to hit
loser.
for my main attack for 20 damage,
Yeah.
and then a crit on my offhand attack. For what it's worth.
So 10 damage on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically just run over to him and just immediately start just eviscerating this guy who's cowering in his own pee behind a rock.
Okay. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Great.
You just psychically eviscerate
right
this
the
man's
first
brain
time.
as you stab into
Psychotically.
him, and he just kind of collapses and falls into the corner into his own pea-covered dirt.
You really should clean up after yourself, darling. You almost left one behind, she says as she walks past our
Oh
friend,
yes,
because,
you should know that Rob's playing a sexy lady in this one, Lisa.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had the chance to talk in character yet.
My bad.
Well, I don't know about sexy, commanding.
Oh, I'm sorry. What kind of voice were you going for?
What?
I don't know.
Is this not Byron's sister? Or Byron's older grandma? Byrona?
Great. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be amazing. Oh,
Cannon,
wow.
cannon.
Wow. I did not intend. This was just the name that was given to me, actually.
Justin, are you listening? That's canon. Please, please.
Right.
Byrona.
Now I'm gonna have to kill that character so it's not canon.
I was not. God damn it.
When
Okay.
you said you should
that's-
clean up after yourself, I thought you were talking to that dude who peed himself. I thought you were just talking to his corpse, and you're just like, gross. Why did you do that?
The zombies take off running away from the body of Artish. Artish is
Artish from
rolling
death saves?
in
Oh, sorry.
private. He is choosing to roll in private.
Haha.
Okay,
Always about the drama, that CJ.
this creature, having just jumped down, stands up, pulls its foot, kind of hobbles over towards the fallen creature that is prone on the ground, and rolls at advantage on its attacks. Doesn't crit either time, but just just starts slamming you into the ground as it's attacking you. These are both over 20, so I'm going to assume they hit. First hit is 7 damage.
Dodge, Lisa, dodge.
And the second attack, oh wow, is 6 damage for the bludgeoning hit, and the necrotic bleed after is 10 damage.
Okay. I'm still alive
Oh yeah, you're gold.
for what that's worth.
You are up.
No, I'm not up.
Sorry, it's your
my
turn as you
turn.
lay paralyzed on the ground.
And still paralyzed as I roll a 6.
Oh.
I made wisdom my dump stat, which I didn't think was gonna fucking matter, and now it's the one thing that I regret in this life more than anything. Learn from my mistakes. Don't make wisdom your dump stat.
Oh, wow.
I just
I'm
like how
just-
no
I'm
one's helping
thinking
you.
back-
It's just they're just like, fuck her, she's dead.
Can we help?
I'm super
I
out
don't
of
know
the
if there's a way we
way.
can help.
Can you help?
No.
I don't-
Frankly,
I don't know.
listen. Okay, my plan was to sacrifice you guys so that I could escape. and I feel like this is just karma being like, you're gonna be the dead one so that they can
Wait.
live. And I've
wait.
I've made
You
these
come into this one shot and get out of the cell, and you were going to just escape?
To be fair, before anything even happened with my character, Casey said, "You're locked in a cage," and CJ went, "What if we just walked right past you and left you there?" LOL. So, yes. Yes is the result.
That's okay.
Just accept
support
my sacrifice. All right. Let's just pretend it's a noble sacrifice.
Can every one
You are
shot of
great
ours,
distraction.
please, for the future, be an all rogues campaign? Oh no, only rogues.
It's
Or we
just
could just do
full-
it's only the same class anytime. Oh no,
It's-
only barbarian.
It's just full of everyone sacrificing themselves to save the other person, but end up dying still.
Justin's like, why won't they kill themselves off in the real campaign, in the long one?
All right, Ysira, it's your turn. What do we do?
A dash towards that fire.
So as Ysira dashes down the hall, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna position myself just in case.
Well, Byrona, you won't have to worry about the traps.
We're gonna turn on
That's the
some
plan,
lights.
baby.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer that.
Well, if it's dexterity based,
I-
you are a rogue,
Listen,
right?
I don't
know
want to
about that.
tell anyone what I rolled.
As she's running about halfway through, chunk, as she just gets impaled by spikes that come up from the ground as she steps onto a pressure plate.
Uncanny dodge!
No, my love.
You take 14 points of damage as the poison tipped steel spikes shoot up from the pressure plate as you chunk into it, and it stabs through your feet and your legs.
Okay.
It also stops a little bit of your movement there.
Tell me, Casey.
And you can, are you going to continue to hobble forward after hitting the
yeah, as
spike?
far as I can go.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Guys. Have we all stopped giving any fucks about this?
We
Or
got
is it
20
just
minutes,
me?
so wrap it up.
25!
Nice.
As you step on one pressure plate, you go to step on another, and as your foot kind of pushes in on the plate, you're like, oh, I shouldn't be just like blindly walking. And so you step out of the way of it and avoid it.
I'm gonna go as far as you're gonna let me go.
All right. So I believe, which one would you like to end on between these? You can end on this one or this one.
Left or right?
Uh-huh.
The one you're on. Wait, that left, that right?
This one?
Yes.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fuck. 24!
As you step onto it, it shook, and you kind of like just wedge it real quick and prevent it from spiking into you.
Still alive, y'all.
All right.
Stop more
Keep going.
HP.
Byrona.
It's your
All
turn.
right, well, now that all the traps are gone.
Or all the traps are gone? Are you sure about
think
that?
I'm gonna
As just so you're aware,
go
as she
now.
stepped off of the pressure plate, the spikes retract.
Huh. That's weird. Okay, well, I'll just avoid him, I guess.
Okay.
Um.
Tell me where you're stepping, just so I'm aware.
Oh, fuck you, Casey.
I mean, this is
Fuck
what
right
happened with
off.
her. If you hit certain places,
Actually, Casey, I
you
love
gonna, you gonna throw a
Gosh,
dagger?
This might bite me in the ass, but I'm just gonna teleport.
Okay.
Let's
Um,
go.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
all
gonna
right.
move here.
I mean, I guess that's smart. Is it as fun?
No.
No.
And I might teleport right onto a trap. I don't know. We'll find out. Eight! Yes!
Let's go.
I can still teleport right onto the worst trap Casey has made, and he could just create one right underneath where I would teleport, and I'd never know.
Nope.
But I'm gonna teleport. I'm probably about to die, aren't I? I'm gonna teleport.
Teleport onto the wall. Spider-Man.
You know what? I'm gonna teleport right here. I'm not gonna go the full 80 feet
Okay.
Boo.
because I want to keep this character canon.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
No, you're full of
That
shit.
is that is a
Shit,
bold
Hey.
Casey.
Well, look at the floor. There's a
Not
whole
die.
trough that's depressed.
She cannot die. She has to go on to have babies that become Byron's ancestors. Okay, this is very important.
You're fine. You
we have to write Byron out if this doesn't work.
you take 13 points of damage. That's it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay. The zombies up top. Let's get back to where we can
Oh,
see
they're
them.
still doing things?
Oh yeah. Are out in a full-on dash, looking for the next thing to attack.
And they go for all the guards, right?
Yeah,
Just
if they see him, they would. That's seemingly why everything disappeared. Okay.
Speaking of, who hired these guards? Like, shit goes down inside the fortress, and they're like, "All right, everybody, lock it up. Time to stay in your own rooms."
Well, I mean, it's one way of doing it. Artish.
Nah.
This guy slamming down back onto none of them are critical, but they are over 20. 11 on the first hit, 11 on the second hit, followed by oof.
Give it to me.
26
I'm ready.
necrotic damage. You
There it is.
almost take full.
It's my
Whistle.
contribution. Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
Oh yeah, is it? And that's first failure. I don't know why
As
there
her
would be some cards.
paralyzed
We gotta
body
figure-
is on the ground, she just coughs out a little bit of blood.
But I'm still in the game, baby. This is I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be a part of the team.
Alrighty.
So sorry, Lisa.
Ysira, you're up.
I keep going towards the fucking ledger.
Okay.
I set off all the traps.
I dash.
Alrighty. You dash all the way in front of this weird ornate ledger that is glowing green and has runes all around it, and as you walk up, fire alights all around this ledger.
I'm so torn. I know that a smart person would check this thing for traps, but a fun person would just say fuck it and throw it into their backpack. And tonight, I'm gonna be a fun person. I'm just gonna grab it and put it in my bag.
Okay, as you reach out and you make contact with a book, I need for you to add it to your inventory. You have it inside of your bag now.
Ledger. Okay. I put it in. Was that my full dash or can I turn back some? Let's see. I was like about here. Oh, I can turn back like 10 feet.
Yeah, there you go. You're halfway back the other direction.
Yeah, time to leave.
Byrona?
Okay. Okay, I'll leave. Good job, team.
Nah.
All right, tell me where you step.
I'm gonna teleport again.
All right.
Fuck that shit. All right. 660.
Oh yeah, I think you can. I think you can get.
40 feet.
I think you can easily get out of there.
Yeah.
You can't get to
that's
the
my bonus action.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't think I'm not going to pass this off to you, Rob, and then protect you with my life so that Byron's great grandmother can live to stay canonically his ancestor.
Live, baby. Okay.
You have about
I'd like
another
to do the-
15 feet from where you are.
Well, I don't think I'd have line of sight to outside of here.
Wait,
I'd
no, I
like
mean
to
like
stealth,
you.
though.
So you ran and you teleported 60 feet and then you ran about 15 feet. You have about another 15 to run.
Oh,
Is
okay,
what I'm saying.
gotcha. I would like to stealth.
Okay. How?
Hide.
Where? You're just
crouch
gonna
down.
you're gonna squat
Fight the
down
barrel?
right in space, right in place, and
I'd like to move stealthily
okay.
towards the exit.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Oh.
A natural 20, a 30, baby.
You do realize you're leaving ahead of me, and if I get killed on the way out, you don't have the ledger.
Well,
You can take
that's
it off
kind of
your
the
body.
burden you have to bear, huh?
It's fine, but you're gonna leave and not have it, and then I'll die, and it will never. We will have not succeeded.
Honestly, that's just kind of how the coral crumbles.
All right, so you have a really, really great stealth roll. 30, you basically disappear off the map, but tell me where you hide.
Okay, so I'm sticking to the shadows. So I am specifically I'm gonna hide right here.
Okay.
Against these rocks until I can get my full movement back to keep going.
Okay. Artish, your turn, and he's gonna go. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and his movement stops because he can't walk any farther on his hobbled legs. That's dashing for him, basically. Whistle.
Lisa,
Here we go.
come on.
Oh, we got an 18. We got 1 success, 1 failure.
A success. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sound so excited, Casey.
As she, oh no, I mean, as she's laying there,
Crossbow.
she just kind of spits some blood out, and she kind of sucks some of the blood back into her mouth.
Like a blood snot bubble.
Uh-huh.
Just a little bubble. Yeah, blowing blood bubbles, you know.
Be positive.
All right,
You know how you do when you're alive and succeeding and
go ahead, Ysira.
I'm gonna dash out of there.
Okay, please tell me where you step.
Okay, wait. Where the fuck am I? Okay. First, I don't have to worry about this 40 feet, right?
Right.
Okay. I just want to see how far I need to get.
Start the book.
Yeah,
Byron is like,
dream on.
"Give it to me, I'll take it. I'll hold on to it."
I just want to see how far out I need to get. So like 4 blocks out. I step here.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my God.
That
Fuck
entire
my life.
row was trapped in front
Okay.
of the entrance.
Fine. 10.
You don't have to.
Don't have
He can't
to.
hurt you.
9 points of
You can rebel.
Great. I'm still alive.
damage
one
as
shot.
the.
you can make your own choices.
Can I jump over the next row
Yes.
as a part of my dash?
Yeah.
You're gonna jump onto the trap. You're gonna jump onto the
Am I
next trap.
capable of jumping to here?
It's dependent on your strength.
I'll just jump
Yeah.
straight. I'll just do here. No, I'll just do here. It's fine.
Okay. Yep. You land and you are good.
Oh, I have one more square to do. I move diagonally to this one.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
It's a real fun game. 13.
9 points of damage as daggers.
Question. Am I capable of uncanny dodging these spikes at this point since I'm half expecting them?
I think that's only for attacks.
Okay. Sure. Fine. They're attacking me, Casey.
Technically, you're attacking yourself.
You can use evasion.
God, if
Guess
only we had a
who's
team
still
member-
alive?
If only we had someone who could
Could
fly,
fly.
and could just fly right over the traps, then it'd be like a non-issue.
Yeah.
Should have thought about that. Should have
Well-
put that before the game started.
I am still alive, and that's the end of my turn.
Byrona.
Wow. Well, that guy's stomping right next to me. That's awkward.
You basically kind of look like Frodo and Sam as you pulled your cloak over and you basically became a stone against the wall.
Bro, that scene in the movie confused me so much when I was a kid. I just did not understand what was happening. I was like, where are they? I'm just looking at a screen of a mountain. I don't understand. Okay, so I am going to Okay, so I hear this guy coming. I can probably recognize his gait at this point. I'm going to. I can't move my character right now.
Oh,
It's not my
and
turn.
there you go.
Goober. Okay. So I'm going to just fucking book it. I'm going to step out. I'm gonna go. And then I'm to draw its attention if that wasn't clear. And
question?
then run away.
Can you make that noise but using Byrona's voice, please? That's really important to the podcasting part of this episode. So,
Sure.
wouldn't you guys agree?
Oh, yeah.
That's the best. That's the best I can do. Oh no, it's 30.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
I hated it.
You broke Emily. Oh no, our Emily.
Ask and ye shall receive.
It's-
Okay. All right. I'm fucking skedoodling here. 670 feet. Jesus Christ. And then okay. So this is my movement and bonus action. Is moving over here. Oh wow, it disappears. Okay. I think it was about there. And then there are zombies up there. Why are they up there? What the hell's going on? Okay. Are there guards on the walls still?
There are, but they're hunkered into their like respective like nooks and coves, like they're hiding basically. So this like,
Okay.
I'll move him away. Like he's not actually standing out in the open. He's
And then I'm gonna move over here with my bonus action. So action dash bonus action. Move super far away. Okay, that's my turn.
Artish. So 1, 2, 3. He can see you. Okay. Byrona. He casts at 120 feet. Summon he right where he's at. He's going to cast on you because
the guy.
yeah,
Okay.
because you are 60 feet away from him.
Sure.
He kind of like hobbles over and can only make it at 15 feet. Summons this red, black, swirling orb and just throws it at you. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
9. Oh.
You watch as this swirling ball of fire and necrotic comes flailing at you. So you'll take half damage,
Okay.
right? Because you succeeded, or
Yeah.
because you failed. I mean, but you only take half due to evasion. 27 fire damage, halved to 14, we'll say.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down.
And it won't matter, but also 44 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He only had this
That's pretty cool.
ability to cast one a day.
Glad he used it on me.
4 points of necrotic damage. Does that put you?
It would have been 22 at his save, for the spell. But
You know, canonically, Casey, that means that Byron doesn't exist anymore.
That is what we
I
have
like
decided to
that,
establish
that
for
since,
you. Yes.
since the
Yeah.
names were somewhat pronounced similar, that they're related.
I'm just saying.
He just had to kill his canon godmother.
So in his opinion, he just killed the thing. So that's that. Whistle.
Coming in to save the day.
I'm still alive, and I refuse to tell Casey by how many points.
That would be another death save. That'll be a failure, if you will.
No, everyone's dying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you are out. Where would you like to step?
I would like to
Ysera?
check for traps on my way out.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me a perceptions.
Oh, perception? You mean with my
Yeah.
+0? I think I'm better off. Actually, I take that back. I'm just gonna dash again because I have a better chance of my
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
dex save
Fuck
than my
yeah, girl.
perception.
Okay.
Why not? We die together.
I'm gonna do that jumping thing again. Is it presumed that I can jump over a line and then...
Yeah.
This one!
You're good.
This one!
You're good, and you're safe. You didn't hit one outside of that, so you're able to run.
Let's go.
Okay, I don't know where I started, so I don't know how far I can go.
That's about right,
Yeah.
based on what you did. So
And once
10
I hit
feet,
this
10
part, in
feet.
case I'm within visible things, I
15,
would like
20.
to officially stealth.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll and tell me how you hide.
That would be a 22.
Okay, so you just hide and hunker into the corner of this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hunker in right now. I just wanted to make sure that like no one would see me if they came in.
Okay, Whistle, go ahead and give me another death saving throw just to see where we're at.
Yes, I'd love to. That's
Oh,
a success.
Okay,
make or
2
break
for
time.
2.
make or break. Where's your final at?
All right, god damn it. There's
Oh.
the dick.
As
Dead
Whistle
on the ground,
chokes
coughing up
on
blood.
chokes on the blood that she was breathing in and out of her mouth. This monster proceeds to slowly path around looking for something to kill, anything to kill. You end up hearing it smash in and the guards fighting this on the other side of the building. Ysera, giving you a chance to escape stealthily the same way that you entered. As you move around looking through it, you go back to find Artish and potentially pull his mechanical body out, but it's not there. And that's where we're going to end the show for this evening.
Can I just say it? Does anyone want to guess without looking how many hit points I have left?
Like 5.
I don't know, probably like 2.
3.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'd like to-
did we just all die and we're just gonna like call it there, or is
Two people
is there like a part 3?
two people managed to live. There will be a part
lived.
3 to
Oh,
this.
Artish.
Yeah, Artish managed to escape, and so did
I'm not dead.
Ysera.
Thank you for the reminder, Justin. He is out at the end of the month, so that'll be January 25th will be our part 3.
Whenever we come back, we will tell you the life of Byrona, whether she lived or saved, and if she did live, was she tortured to death inside of a prison cell by the merchant magnates. And
She lived and mothered many babies, which mothered more babies, which mothered more babies, which became Byron.
yeah, that's
We already know
exactly.
how this goes, Casey.
We already
All
know the
Canon.
story.
babies
No.
Like, come
conglomerated
on.
together in one mega baby.
I love you guys. Jesus.
Yeah, and our next one shot, we'll just continue with Byrona's life. Forget everyone else.
Okay.
We will all act out Byron's backstory for
Yep.
him.
Does that mean Lisa has to play?
More.
Does that mean Lisa has to play Janice next session?
I would love nothing more.
What, you mean Janice, the girl who seemed to be innately prone to casting radiant and necrotic damage that couldn't whisper very well?
Fuck off.
I don't know.
You think I didn't catch that little unable to whisper moment? I was like,
We don't know who she might be.
No, Nyx is not canonically Janet. We're not doing that.
I'd like to thank everybody for sticking with us for this one shot. This is just a little bit of fun that we got to have. Well, all of us except for Lisa, who had to sit and watch her character just get pummeled to death.
Oh my god.
But
Lisa provided us with witty quips throughout the entire episode.
I concur.
Thank you.
But thank you guys all for joining us, and join us back next week where we continue our actual live podcast of our campaign that we are hosting by our DM Justin in his homebrewed world of Pernault, as we are leaving this mining company and proceeding into a lava-filled volcano with potentially rabbit people.
Yeah,
So
go fight
Rabbit.
big old rabbit.
Who gets
people.
inspiration?
I don't know who was up.
I'll do it.
I think.
As long as you don't choose Justin again.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Because you did it last time we did this.
Yeah, I was gonna say what Justin said. Give it to Lisa because she was paralyzed all game.
Okay,
Oh,
that is
yes, I
definitely
agree with
fair
this
enough.
idea.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Lisa Nyx now has inspiration.
Although I will say that Justin is the one who came up with calling our new podcast Whips and Quips.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Okay, well, thank you guys all for
Thanks
joining
for
us.
joining us, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. We love
Bye.
you.